A very good morning and welcome to our Breakfast Primetime News. I'm Katrina Chang. As always, let's take a look at your headlines. Fire in the Kirulakala area in Madhara brought under control. Report compiled by the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau on the water issue in Ratapaswala complete. Foreign Relations Committee of the U.S. Senate approves resolution authorizing the use of force against the Syrian government. A fire broke out in the Kirulakala area in Madhara last night. The Assistant Director of the Disaster Management Centre, Samant Balasurya, stated that the inferno was extinguished at around 4 this morning.
The fire had started at around 7 p.m. yesterday in the Nadugala and Lenaduwa areas within the Kirulakala area in Madhara. Police sources stated that human action may have been the cause of the blaze. The fire department, together with the district disaster management centre and area residents, had extinguished the fire. The area affected by the blaze is yet to be ascertained. It was reported that the area where the fire erupted was rich in flora and fauna.
The report compiled by the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau on the water issue in Ratapaswala has been completed.
The Director General of the Bureau, Anil Peri, said that the report will be submitted to the Ministry of Environment and Renewable Energy today or tomorrow. He added that a copy of the report will be submitted to court in addition to the copy that will be submitted to the Ministry of Environment and Renewable Energy. The Director General added that the condition of the soil sample collected from the factory in question was analysed to find out whether the soil had any impact on the water in the Ratapaswala area.
Male teacher has been arrested for allegedly showing explicit content and abusing a female student. The police said that a 10-year-old child was abused after a tuition class that was scheduled after school hours. The suspect is a 45-year-old and father of 2. The suspect was released on a 100,000 rupee bail after being produced before the Balapitiya magistrate. The Sri Lankan Foreign Employment Bureau has requested local female expatriate workers to register themselves with the Bureau prior to departing to Singapore for employment. Speaking to Newsfirst, media spokesperson for the Bureau, Deputy General Manager Mangal Randhaniya noted that certain individuals were engaging in the practice of luring Sri Lankan females to Singapore under the pretext of providing jobs to them and were forcing them into prostitution. He noted that in the recent past they had come across several females who had to face such a situation.
During investigations that have been conducted regarding the passengers at the airport, it has been revealed that females have been misguided into employment in Singapore. At times when women possess a ticket to Singapore, certain individuals approach them with a job offer in that country. Several such victims have been apprehended by the Sri Lanka Foreign Employment Bureau's airport unit. So what happens thereafter is that these women do not get a job approved by the law, but a job in the lines of prostitution and mostly by force. So it is our responsibility as a state institution to advise all females to be aware of such individuals. We advise them not to travel overseas for employment without a proper agreement or employment visa. It is compulsory that those travelling to Singapore for employment to register themselves with the Bureau prior to departure.
ශ්‍රී ලංකා විදේශ යානුක්ති කාර්යාංශයේ ලියාපදිංචිය සහිත නියෝජිත ආයතනයක් කරා පමණක් ගමන් කර.
Up next is a look at today's currency exchange rates. Pakistani Prime Minister Mohammad Nawaz Sharif said yesterday that an effective strategy would have to be adopted for maintenance of peace in violence-plagued Karachi. The number of killings in Karachi jumped to more than 2,300 in 2012 from 1,700 the previous year. More than 1,400 murders have already been recorded since the start of this year. The wave of killings and kidnappings blamed on militants, criminals and political tensions caused the Prime Minister to call a special cabinet meeting to aim at finding a solution to resolve the issue and maintain peace in the metropolis. The Prime Minister was in the city for the last 2 days, meeting representatives of the people, local heads of political parties and of the provincial administration to elicit opinion, suggestions and recommendations in order to formulate an effective and sustained strategy for resolving the law and order problem. He said that the idea of handing over Karachi to the army was premature. Earlier, talking to media men in an interaction at the Governor House, Sharif also hinted at raising a special force to tackle heinous crimes and terrorism in order to address the law and order problems in the Sindh region. And on sports, Frenchman Richard Gasquet reached his first Grand Slam semi-final in 6 years with a 6-3, 6-1, 4-6, 2-6, 6-3 upset win over Spain's David Ferrer at the US Open in New York yesterday.
Playing in just a second Grand Slam quarter-final of his career, 8-seeded Gasquet used his trademark backhand to near perfection as he closed out 4th-seed Ferrer in 3 hours and 23 minutes at Flushing Meadows. Gasquet will play either 2nd seed Rafael Nadal or 19th seed Tommy Robredo for a place in Monday's final. Flavia Pennetta reached her first Grand Slam semi-final after beating Roberta Vinci 6-4, 6-1 in their all-Italian quarter-final. 10th seed Vinci put up some fine resistance, saving 2 set points before finally succumbing to the 31-year-old Pennetta, and the effort seemed to deflate her as she lost the second set in 24 minutes.
Usain Bolt says he might retire after Rio Olympics, and he says he has changed his mind about Belgian international Marouane Fellaini, who has moved from Everton to his beloved Manchester United.
In Rio, I think if I'm in great shape and I go there and do what I have to do, I think it would be a good time to retire on top and just being dominated for so long.
The 25-year-old Jamaican, who holds a world record in 100 and 200 meters, showed his passion for music and soccer as he played his favorite reggae song in front of a packed room. The sprinter, who is a declared Manchester United fan, has changed his mind about Marouane Fellaini after the Everton player moved to his beloved club.
I was a big fan of him earlier because he was against my side. He scored a few times, but now he's a part of Manchester United, so I'll get to appreciate his talent more. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him in the upcoming games in the season.
Well, that's a wrap for this edition of Breakfast News. I'm Katrina Chang for Newsfirst. Have a pleasant day ahead.